So I'm packing up to go do the Women Who Try route this weekend, and as I'm going through everything, um, I always feel like I don't quite have my organization down just quite right. So it makes me a little less efficient when I'm out hiking than I really want to be. And I've come a long way over the years. On the Appalachian Trail in 2019, I had a ULA circuit, and there was a pouch inside the backpack for a water bladder, and then there was another little pocket with a zipper on it to store stuff in there. And I had two hip belt pockets, and I think I had something like three or four different other little ditty bags. And needless to say, I lost stuff all the time. It was a horrible experience. So over the years, I've slowly whittled things down, and I've kind of come up with a system for keeping things organized and efficient. And for me, that's what it's all about is efficiency. So I thought I would go over five things that I did to get me to where I am right now, which I don't think is quite perfect yet, but maybe in the next year or two I'll strike that perfect balance. So the first thing is to either get a simple backpack or simplify your backpack. Compartmentalization does not necessarily mean organization, and as I found, when you've got a bunch of different places to store stuff, it just makes things a hassle. It feels like things are organized, but they're really not in my opinion anyway. So those backpacks with the brains and they've got pockets all over the place, yeah, simplify that as best you can. When I was looking for a backpack, I just wanted a sack with some straps on it, and then two places to hold the water bottles, and then the front pouch. The MLD burn fits that perfect, and then you can add a little pouch up on the front that I use to store snacks and stuff now. So simplify your pack, or if you're looking to buy one right now, look at purchasing a simple pack. Tip number two, and this kind of goes without saying, reduce the amount of stuff you're carrying. In past hikes, I have carried way too much stuff, and now I'm just about at the bare minimum about what I'm carrying. I carry what I need, and really nothing more than that. So everybody's going to have different ideas about what's necessary and what's not necessary, what's essential, but pare that down as best you can, and that will help you organize things and stay efficient. Tip number three, reduce the number of sacks that you're actually carrying. So even as you reduce the number of things that you're carrying, reduce the number of sacks that you're using to store that stuff. I've got it down now to just three different little bags that carry everything that I need, and each one of those bags has its own separate purpose. So I've got one bag that's I'll call my ditty bag, has all my ditties in there. I've got a second one that is just for my electronics, and then a third one which is just toilet paper. So those three sacks pretty much carry everything that I need to carry. Fourth tip there, those sacks, just use clear Ziploc bags, the freezer storage kind. They're cheap. You've probably got them right there in your kitchen, so they're readily available. You're not having to buy anything else. They're easily replaced, and then you can actually see what's inside them. You don't have to dig through the thing or dump out the contents to see what's going on, see where something is. You can just hold it up and see everything in there. So that's what I use, and I would recommend that. Number five, and the last one, is develop a routine. Just get in the habit of putting everything in the same place all the time. That's going to make you efficient and organized. The mistake that I made on the AT, the reason I lost stuff all the time, was I was forever changing up my routine. I didn't like where something was stored, so I was almost on a daily or semi-daily basis. I'm moving stuff around trying to find a better place for it. And because I was never in a routine, I could never really remember where I put everything. Um, and that was part of the problem, was I had too many places to put things. So it goes back to that whole get rid of the simplify your pack. Everything that you've got there is so that it's much easier to develop a routine and then be organized, which ultimately leads to being efficient on trail. And for me, that's what it's all about. All right, those are the 5 tips. If you've got something else that you think might be helpful, please let me hear it, because I'm always looking to increase my efficiency. All right, thanks a lot, and we'll see you next time.